AM 560. The Answer.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
Largest increase in history. What I love about this fat slob Pritzker, he's one of the few low-life Democrats who understand what compound means. So he adds the kickers in there where nobody has to say a word. And next thing you know, more money, more money, more money. And that's the equality they deliver. Like the Soviet Union. Equality by standing in line waiting for bread for 4 hours. Equality through feudalism. Unless, of course, you're part of the Politburo. Like the suck-ons who just voted to raise everybody's toll. They don't pay the toll. They don't pay gas. They don't pay for their cars. They don't pay for jack. They're part of the kleptocracy. Greg in Rogers Park.
Hey, and then every other year, the toll road rates are going to go up, too, because of this.
Every year, not every other. Every year. Happy anniversary. This is when you sing that song, Old Lang Syne. You pay more money when you live in these communist fiefdoms of Democrat regimes. Keep voting for it, Greg. I don't know why the hell you're there. What are you doing?
I don't vote for it, Shaun.
Well, congratulations, you're a victim. And you, along with 240 million Soviets, some Cubans, some Chinese, all on in the same boat. You're victims of communism. That's what it's like. You're free to move about the country. Verlon, Michigana.
Everything you said is on point. Chicago's a hellhole, and I don't know what more to add to it, so I'm going to switch the subject. I'm sorry, because I just need to know your opinion. Now that Byron Donalds has won the primary and he will be the governor of Florida, I need to know, do you support him? And then I need to know, what you think? What will be your opinion of his governorship? Do you think he will be as successful as Ron DeSantis or Scott?
This isn't going to take long.
Before him.
This isn't going to take long to answer you, but I'm going to give you a reason of why I'm answering you this way. I was blessed enough to be surrounded by guys who risked their life fighting the Third Reich, fighting in Vietnam, fighting in Korea. My whole life I was around these guys. So you're asking me if I will insult their legacy, if I will take what they fought for me to do and put it behind somebody I don't believe in, who I believe not to be who he says he is. And the answer is absolutely not. No, I will not.
Do you think his governorship will be as good as Rick Scott or Ron DeSantis?
Absolutely not. I mean, he has a great infrastructure. That's the beauty of Florida, the great infrastructure. And I don't think it's a given he wins. The guy he's running against is equally as big of a bull dung artist. He was a Republican who's now a Democrat. He'll be anything you want him to be, just like Byron. So you got two gypsies. Which one you want to win? I personally don't give a rip. Because I will never vote to insult the legacy of people who fought and died for freedom, liberty, and integrity in government. Never. That's why I don't play that game. Well, he's better than the other guy, the lesser of two evils. Right here. You're not going to get 5 seconds of my time or $5. That's how I feel about it. Thank you very much, Milan. Glenn in Orlando.
Hey, Shaun. So socialism, it's the perfect business model for politicians. It creates dependencies. Dependencies create voters. And all they got to do is keep the spigot going for these people and become subject.
Capitalism
you become a subject. You're not a citizen.
Capitalism has one flaw. You have to participate. You have to be worth something. And unfortunately, in the year 2026, there are more worthless, suck-on policy pirates in this country, specifically in these Democrat areas. And the concern is, are they going to infiltrate the rest of the decent states? I don't believe they are. That's just me. But I also want to back up something of why you should guard your vote and never vote against your own self-interest. I mean it. And, people get mad. Oh, you can't do that. Get the hell out of here. What do you think this kid signed his mother's name so he could go and fight the communists, the imperial Japanese, the Third Reich? What do you think he signed his mother's name for at 14? So that you could vote for the lesser of two evils?
He forged his mother's signature to go to war at 14. By the time the Marine Corps discovered the lie, it was almost too late to send him home. His name was Jack Lucas. He grew up on a tobacco farm in Plymouth, North Carolina, and lost his father at 10. Angry enough afterward that his mother shipped him off to military school just to rein him in. It worked better than she expected, He became captain of the football team, built like a grown man before he was one. When Pearl Harbor hit 2 years later, something in him settled into place. He was going to fight. He excelled at machine gun training until a letter home gave away his real age. The Corps grounded him instantly. No combat, only logistics. Watching his own unit ship out without him, he wasn't going to sit that out. He slipped off base and stowed away aboard a troop ship bound for Iwo Jima, hidden below deck for 29 days with a cousin's help. By the time he surfaced, he was a day from being declared a deserter, a reward already posted for his capture. He turned himself in before the deadline passed, and they let him fight. He turned 17 in the ship's hold, 6 days before he'd need every bit of that courage. On Iwo Jima, his fire team was ambushed in a narrow trench. 11 Japanese soldiers, close enough that there wasn't time to raise a rifle to the shoulder. They fired from the hip, and Jack dropped the last man just before his own rifle jammed. He was still clearing it when he saw 2 grenades land in the ash beside him. No time to think, no time to shout a warning. He drove the first into the sand with his rifle butt and threw himself over it, then reached back, grabbed the second, and pulled that one under his own body too. "That volcanic ash and the good Lord saved me," he said years later. Only 1 grenade actually detonated, tearing through his arm, his leg, and his chest, but sparing every man behind him. He was 17 years old. Surgeons spent the following months pulling more than 250 pieces of shrapnel from his body across over 20 operations. Some of it never came out at all. That October, President Truman hung the Medal of Honor around his neck in front of Generals Marshall and Patton and Admiral Nimitz, making Jack the youngest Marine in history to receive it. Truman joked he'd rather have the medal than be president. Jack didn't miss a beat. "Sir, I'll swap you." Decades
Fighting socialists, communists, imperial governments. Did he do it so that you could support him? Or did he do it so that communism and socialism could be on the ballot in America today? Wouldn't waste my time on these scumbags.